Introduction to Inland Commercial Vessels by Captain John Farmer. Captain Farmer is a licensed master and has operated on the Alabama, Chattahoochee, Mississippi, and Tennessee rivers. At present, we're cruising a 29-foot Catalina out of Knoxville, Tennessee. All commercial vessels must have a licensed captain in command when passengers are aboard. Passengers for hire is described as anyone who contributes anything of value as a condition of carriage. In 2019 and beyond, the coasters are checking very carefully for illegal charter operations and have issued some very significant fines. This is a matter of passenger safety and training. Even a fishing guide on a navigable river must have at least a six-pack license. Licenses must be renewed every 5 years, and captains must be subject to random drug screens. Without a captain's license, you can only legally cost share expenses with up to 6 guests aboard with very detailed documentation well in advance. The lowest captain's license is for 6 or fewer passengers on an uninspected vessel. The next step up is a captain's master's license, either inland or near coastal, for a 25, 50, 100, or 200-ton vessel. The largest majority of captains have a 100-ton inland license for commercial vessels up to about 400 passengers. My license is a 100-ton inland with sail, radar, and assistance towing endorsements, plus a 6-pack near coastal to 100 nautical miles. Towboat pilots are required to have at least a 500-ton license, and a full master requires 640 hours of training aboard under a licensed master and certified trainer. Assume a commercial vessel has a knowledgeable master aboard and do what they ask when meeting or passing. Most commercial vessels must stay in the channel and are definitely not as maneuverable as you, so stay well clear. A downbound tow has the right of way and you may have to hold until he passes. Some small commercial vessels are limited to only 6 passengers, and these vessels are not Coast Guard inspected. They must comply with a separate set of rules. Captain and Mate Farmer owned and operated Trace 1 primarily on local sightseeing cruises as a T-boat for up to 19 passengers. This skipper liner was limited to 149 passengers as a T-boat. The Star is a true stern wheel riverboat that I captained for 15 years before retiring again for the 3rd time. Being a commercial captain is hard work, but I loved it, especially for the perks. The Boo Cruise was interesting when the pirate captain got arrested by a lovely cop. Larger H boats have still more stringent regulations that they have to comply with. A loaded 195 foot by 35 foot hopper barge typically carries 1,500 tons of material. Stay well clear of red flag barges, and this should be indicated on AIS. Even small 1,500 horsepower boats like Bearcat may routinely move a 9-barge tow. Big line haul boats on the lower Miss get up to 10,500 horsepower, swing 3 9-foot diameter props, and can push up to 50 barges. The all-time record by Miss KD that I met while on the Mississippi was a 73-barge tow. Here's a line haul triple screw boat with 42 barges, so his lead barges are over 1,300 feet away. It may take him 2.5 miles to stop, so be very careful. Towboat work is demanding. You're away from home for long stretches, but the food and pay are good. The pilot house on these boats can be lowered to go under bridges when needed. The spuds on these barges are used to anchor the barge for construction work, so they can't move when the spuds are down. Car ferries cross many rivers like this one on the James River. This was the first commercial vessel that I rode as a young boy, and these need to keep to a very tight schedule. Dredges are obviously fixed when working, and their discharge spoil pipes may extend many feet into shallow water. Watch for the special lights at night and contact them on 16 for instructions. Buoy tenders are constrained by their duties when setting buoys. On the lower Miss, they reset buoys about once a month as the river levels change. Local police, sheriff, state water patrol, and the coasties may have vessels on the river. Any of these agencies have the authority to board and inspect your vessel. You must comply with their directions, including denial of continuation because of lack of sufficient PFDs. Remember, inflatables must be worn at the time of boarding to count. Improper running lights after sunset, unsafe or reckless operation, and boating under the influence greater than 0.8% blood alcohol. Both city police and sheriff's departments may have boats and dive boats. State wildlife boats are probably the most numerous on the river. The coasties patrol certain areas, especially in crowded harbors. You're required to keep well clear of any Navy vessel underway or moored. Commercial vessels monitor 13 and 16, so say the star, this is trace 1 on 13, so they will know which channel you're calling on. If a towboat pilot doesn't answer your radio call, he may be on the throne or talking to Mama, who he hasn't seen in weeks. Learn the difference in 1 and 2 whistles as signals even on the radio. You may encounter some very unusual non-commercial vessels on the river. If you enter an area controlled by a vessel traffic service, look up its rules and comply with all of them. Stay off the lower Mississippi above New Orleans if possible, because fuel is hard to get for recreational vessels. Be extremely careful around chartered vessel traffic separation zones. Cross inboard and outboard lanes quickly and only at right angles if you have to. Please be respectful of commercial vessels, and we hope to see you on the river, now on our sailboat. Thanks for watching this video on inland commercial vessels, and please subscribe, like, and share our videos. You can find a complete list of our videos on our website at sailingtoucan.org.